Has the ad break truly ended? We're trying something a little different with ads. I've made some adjustments. It's over. Awesome. So, the way I'm gonna have it set up, probably... So the way it was set up, I should say, was that every once in a while, you might pop into the stream, and if I hadn't played a short ad, every once in a while, you would get a short ad on top of it. And then you would be also subjected to, like, the next ad. So, with the way Twitch lets you set up ad, it's kind of a nightmare to, like, really parse. But we're trying something a little different. So every hour, there's going to be 3 minutes of ads. However, there should be no time where you come in to a stream and then are subjected to ads unless it is the hourly 3-minute ad. So you should be able to pop in and see what everyone else is seeing, like, right away. And I think that's going to be kind of the best result for everyone. And it's like 3 minutes is a lot. Like 3 minutes is too much. And I hate that. But, like, you know, 3 minutes gives us all time to, like, step away from the computer and rest our eyes and maybe grab a drink and use the bathroom. And maybe during the 3-minute breaks, I also take a break, so you aren't actually missing anything. Unless I'm, like, really in it. But I think that'll be a better balance. Because it would be like, okay, well, new viewers coming in would have to see an ad unless I played one very recently. Here to kneel for the cross. And stand for the animals. So, just that small bit of housekeeping. We'll try it out, and if people are like, this sucks, we can go back if I remember what the old settings were. Hope everyone's having a good day. Mine kinda just started, sort of. Okay, not really, but like it feels like it did. I still have my pajamas on. I started the recording, right? Yeah, I started the recording.
Hello, so are you ready to go out on the town nutlet? Right now, in Mossfern, it's March 10th, 2026, at 3:37 p.m. Shall we get started?
Yep.
By the way, what was your name again? That's right, Shutter. Of course I remember. I could never forget you. Alright, I'm going to get things ready, so just wait a moment. I'm getting Mossfern ready for you. Don't turn off the power, or remove the memory card. It hurts a lot! Thank you for waiting. Hope you enjoy your time in Mossford.
God, I'm gonna have this cough for like a month. That's how long it took last time. What do we got? It's too much stuff. Give me less things. Okay, we have our turnips. We have the Nook Way. The Nook Way is new. Welcome to, come in. Feel free to have a look around. Feel free to browse, but try not to carouse. No dialogue about... Please tell me I could store stuff in that. Can I store stuff in that? Oh, not the apple. Jester shirt. Polka dot paper. Sell these. We'll keep some red snappers on us for Wendell. Okay, so we didn't get to take our turnip price yesterday because his store was closed. So I'm gonna put a big X for Monday. Multi-burst. As far as other things go, this is what I have to offer. Turnip prices. Right now, I'm buying turnips at 118. That is more than I paid for it. But because it's Tuesday, I feel like I should, like, hold out. That's a cabin wardrobe. Yeah, give me this. I desperately need this. The turnip gambling was a thing even here, or is that another? Nope, it's always been in the game. And I'm under the impression, if I remember correctly from the video that I watched, it is the most broken in this. I am kind of surprised at the amount of things that I've been bumping into in this game that I did later find out were modded, like the watering can. Attention, residents of Mossfern, the spring sports season is upon us. Stretch those winter-weary limbs and take part in the annual spring sports fair. Sports fair? Look at my house. Please tell me that I can store stuff with this. Give me this. And this. And this. Move my awesome boy sign. Well, maybe that counts as a green item too. In the mod, because it's got green on it. Yeah, I know. If I drop this wardrobe and I can't store things in it, I'll be very sad. Oh, thank God. Oh my God. Holy shit. We're cooking now. Which of you was yellow? I'll just sell that one. Oh, interesting. Are those colors not like... Oh, I see. Yeah, that makes sense. Red is for red snapper storage. Finally. Holy crap. Can I put this Nintendo thing up here? Nice. N64 logo, my beloved. Yeah, it really is like that. Also, that is the like opposite way that someone would put a bed. There we go. I mean, that works. Also, welcome in, Venny Hedgie. Is it Hedgel? Hedgie? I can't read that. Hedgie. Welcome in. I actually didn't grow up playing too many N64 games. Some of the ones I played are like weird. I didn't have... Oh, well, welcome in. I did not have many, I didn't have a lot of access to the N64. Primarily, I consider the N64 to be... I consider it to be the console that I played at Thanksgivings when I went to a person who hosted those. Like, I don't even know what relation she was to me. I've asked my mom several times and I've never gotten like a straight answer, but we went to her house for Thanksgiving. It was a bunch of family members I'd never met on my like stepdad's side of the family. So the N64... Funny because this game was for the N64, not GameCube. Kind of fucked up they have the GameCube logo too. This is the GameCube version, in fairness. But it's also a mod, so like I don't know how much stuff in here is... Yeah, mystery family person. So I would go over and all the big kids would be playing it and I'd get to play it every once in a while. But then like some of the final years we spent going to that place for Thanksgiving, I was like the only kid there because all the other kids grew up. And so I remember playing Pokemon Snap. Pokemon Snap was a big one for me. I fucking love Pokemon Snap. And I loved it back then. And I played it, you know, on my own, but I didn't beat it in time. And what I did, so like, I don't know whose N64 it really even was. Like, the kids didn't take it with them when they left, I guess. But like, I was like, I need to finish this next year that I come here. I was like 11 or 12. So I grabbed the Pokemon Snap cart and I hid it under the console the TV was on. Like the TV stand. I shoved it under the TV stand. And you know what? That shit worked. I came back next year and it was under there and I got to finish up my save. But the N64, it's a little weird for me. I don't have like a whole lot of interest in it. I liked Smash growing up. I like Pokemon Snap. One of the weird ones I really liked, just because it was at that family's place, was Milo's Astro Lanes, which is like a wacky alien bowling game. You look that up and it's like hideous and it's amazing. There's actually a game that came out kind of recently that very strongly reminds me of Milo's Astro Lanes. That's red paint. It's quite useful for repainting your roof shutter. No pressure, but if you don't buy that particular painted hay, you may not be able to get it again for a while, Let me sweeten the deal. Yes, we'll even paint your roof for you for the low price of 980 bells. Nah, I picked my roof color. I'm pretty confident in it. What's this? A signboard. I can like put my own sign in the town. I can't help but notice you don't have an axe at the moment, which is a little unfortunate. White pansy bag. Sure, I'll take any flowers at this point. White roses. Cosmos. Chain link fence. Holy shit. No, no, thank you. That was very scrungy. That's pleasant. I only have one room though. We gotta start focusing up. I'm good with the floors and stuff that I've got. I'm just happy he had something for me to store stuff in. It only took 10 days. Talk to me.
Why, it's Shutter. How are you this fine day, Nutlet? Are you eating properly? I'll have you know that I recently gave up on my diet. Yes, I'm not ashamed though. I mean, honestly, it's my own loss if I ruin my body, right? And besides, I'm cute enough as I am, hee. Right, Nutlet? Enough idle chit-chat. Did you need something from me, Nutlet?
What's up?
I'm sure you've noticed, but the only type of fruit you can get in our little burg is an orange. Shutter, which do you like better, orange or an apple? You probably prefer an orange, don't you?
Actually, yes.
That's lucky for you. That means you can eat all you want whenever you want, Nutlet. But do try to be a little conscientious. You have to leave some for me. You wouldn't want me to have to go without any you wouldn't want me to have to go without any fruit at all, would you? Don't be a fruit hog, Nutlet. Don't be a fruit hog, Nutlet. Who's this? Oh, that's where Murph lives. Are you in? Why do you have a gyroid hawking up into the toilet? Murph, why do you have two toilets? A slide that you can't get into. You have, for some reason, the Master Sword. One's for me. Sure is. So you can look at each other. I have seen photos of toilets installed that way, where they're like super close together facing each other. It's super good. Helberly, thank you for the follow. Shutter. Is it possible you actually like my house so much that you want to move in here, laddie? Hey, why are you even talking to me, laddie? What's new? Hey, do you know about Totakeke? Yeah, I do, actually. Yeah, you know, the dog-faced guy with the guitar, laddie. On Saturday nights, he just pops by the train station and starts belting out songs for whoever will listen. His music always really gets to me. Here I am, totally happy, and then he plays a sad song. What a killjoy. Stop pretending, Murphy. You got here yesterday. Don't be a poser. Gaudy sweater. Can't wait to see what this is. Oh, fuck. That looks like the kind of stuff I design. I miss Society 6 not being bad. I used to put like apparent abstraction stuff on Society 6. They had like this really nice all over print stuff. Like you could get all over print shirts and stuff like that. And they were pretty decent quality. I bought a few from other artists. And I bought a few of my own just to make sure that they like came out well. Because the colors were very digital. And like the colors on those shirts were fantastic. They popped. And like they survived washes too. But then Society 6 was like
oh, actually, if you have a free plan with us, if you're not a subscriber, you can only have 6 designs. And so a bunch of my designs just disappeared. I didn't even get to pick which 6 survived. And so I left. But then I saw later that they were doing this thing where they're like, we've decided to go forward with just a small handful of artists. Like, they're handpicking artists. And so I was like, okay, well, that sucks. They're probably gonna survive for like 2 more years. They might still be around, I don't know. But like, I have to assume that's just a matter of like, I don't know. I don't know if that was necessarily just like incompetence or their margins weren't good enough. Maybe they really weren't making enough money and it wasn't their fault. Who knows? Get out of here. Get off my roses. But like, I'm glad I got stuff from them while I could, because genuinely, I also have this like Sherpa throw blanket that I've had for like probably 10 years now. And it's got an awesome design on it, and I lay on top of it with the design side face up because it's really comfy. Like, it was high quality stuff, all things considered. It was also quite expensive, is part of the problem. But it was nice. A couple people did buy shirts, ultimately. And when I posted about having to drop the store, people were like, oh, that's so sad, I actually got some. So that was very nice. I have to find a safe place to plant this apple, but I think I really should wait until I get an axe so I can replace a normal tree. So I'm gonna deposit my apple. Now that I can actually do that. Before I talk to some villager and they're like, give me your apple for 1 bell. Miranda, what's going on? Why, it's Shudder. How are you this fine day, Quackulous? Are you eating I've been asked this already. Everyone in the town is giving up their diets. I need a little more villager variety. I feel like there's 30 of you running around. You know, I've been thinking I really ought to start up a softball club here in town. Wouldn't that be fun? I might even let you join, because I know you'd want to, right, Quackulous? What was it before this? This is the second sport team that she's asking me about joining. You're serious? Softball is fun, and it's really quite good for you. Well, you can just sit around and bloat on the couch for all I care, Quackulous. I did baseball when I was like in 4th grade. It wasn't even like a school thing, it was just a thing. I did a little kids baseball thing, and I think I played like 2 games. All I remember is that I kept wanting to talk with the other kids and chat with them while they were trying to play the game, including like kids on the other team, because I kept getting distracted. I vaguely remember like rummaging around in the dirt while I was trying to be like the third base guy. And I remember crying when we lost because I thought that meant that we wouldn't get to go get ice cream. And that's all I remember from baseball. I certainly do not remember ever actually hitting the ball. I was not a sporty kid. Though my mom tried her damnedest to make me one. And now I'm gay. Yeah. I did all the gay sports. I did all the gay extracurriculars. I was in marching band, which also meant I was in, because our school was really small, if you were in marching band, you were also in the orchestral band. So I played clarinet. And then I was in quiz bowl for a couple years. Thank you. If you say bless you every time I cough, it's gonna be like a nightmare. But thank you. I'm still struggling from weak lungs from when I was sick last week. And I probably will be suffering all month from it, unfortunately. So quiz bowl, I did bowling as well. I was in a bowling league for like 5 years. I won't cause a nightmare. I mean, it's up to you. I'm just saying, good luck keeping up.
Oh wait, don't tell me. Are you Shutter? I mean, is that your name or not, Twinkles? Of course I didn't forget you, silly Billy. I've talked to you like 8 bazillion times, Twinkles. Duh. So what's going on, Twinkles? Entertain me. Hey, if you could have any one thing you wanted right now, what would it be, Twinkles?
Okay, so last time I was given an option like this, I said paper, and then it didn't end up in my inventory. I'm gonna say money.
Money? Oh, really? Well, I was just asking anyway, Twinkles. I don't even have any. Seriously, though, if you want something, maybe you could earn it by helping someone out. Maybe not. Maybe that was the wrong answer. My greed sickens her. Uh, 6,028. It'll probably be worse tomorrow. Museum. I'd like to offer you... Didn't they say they were buying now? Didn't they say they were buying identified fossils? They're sending them back now. Maybe that means Blather's buying them now. I'll have to talk to Blathers. Many thanks for all of your business. Today is the grand opening of my newly renovated shop, so be sure to stop in. Look forward to your future patronage. Weird. Guess I'll go see Blathers. See if he wants these. Yo, my main man.
Are you buying? What was that letter I got? This doesn't look like you're buying my stuff. Alright, we'll come back and we'll have you identify this other fossil. Any goals I'm working towards now, or is it not that type of game? There's goals in Animal Crossing. Whether or not you pursue them is kind of up to you, but I plan on pursuing them. So for March, I would like to grab these things. Ka-chow. So these are bugs and fish that are currently available in March for the most part. So we're hoping to pay off our home loan and get the biggest house possible with a paid off loan. We're hoping to fill up the museum completely. And that's pretty much it. I mean, I guess it would be really nice if I could make a town that, like, was at the very least when I talked to the thing in the town square, it's like, wow, you have such a nice town now, instead of telling me that there are parts of the map that are, like, bad. We'll have to stop by that today and see where it wants me to plant these flowers. I don't remember if I've shaken these. I think I have. At least one of these is white roses. Put that there. Ooh, maybe I should water the flowers that are on the animal island as well. Maybe I should try to curate those a little bit better. Are you around, Cube? Your little footsteps? There you are. Cube, my main man. What's up?
Cutter, it seems like you normally come talk to me about this time, right, dude? Hey, no, it's not like I mind or anything, dude. Knock yourself out. What's up, dude?
What's up?
I'm kind of thinking about moving out of this village someday, dude. I know that'd mean you and I wouldn't be able to hang out anymore, but you'd never forget about me, right?
Don't go.
Whoa, take it easy. I haven't seen you so bugged out in a long time, dude. That was pretty funny to watch. As a matter of fact, was that the first time I ever saw you get so excited about something? Alright, Shutter, don't have a breakdown. If you insist, I'll stay right here in Mossfern. Sweet, dude.
You can't leave. You are my only lazy villager. You can leave when I get another one. Yeah, we do need at least one stoner around. I do like kind of the evolution of the lazy villager throughout the timeline of Animal Crossing, though. Like, say what you will about a lot of the, like, rounded edges, or, like, the edges being kind of rounded off a lot of the character archetypes. They made the lazy villagers fucking weird in the new ones, and I kind of dig that. They're talking about, like, sleeping on the ground and communing with the bugs. Maybe if Cube leaves, Alfonso will replace him. That's true, but it's also true of anyone leaving. I think one of my, like, 50 snooty villagers can get the boot. And maybe Alfonso will replace them. And then Cube is allowed to leave. I'm not in right now. So Goldie's running around somewhere. Furniture. Teacher's desk. Does anyone like snooty villagers? I don't mind having a snooty villager around. Once a snooty villager warms up to you, they're pretty fun. It reminds me actually of a lot of people I went to high school with who I actually did get along with.
Hey, wait up a sec. Where are you going? By gum, I'm making it my business, Nutcell. Sneaking around like that with a wicked little grin on your face. You're up to something, I can just tell. When you do anything, you better let me know first, okay, Nutcell? Well, I guess you don't, like, have to, but it sure would be funner for me. Hey, did you want something or what, Nutcell? What's going on? Have you heard about the fish that hasn't changed its shape for millions of years? I heard that you can catch it somewhere in this village. Did you know that, Nutcell?
Talk to me.
Huh? You want me to tell you about them? Well, you'll never find them if you're looking in the river. Oops. Wow, I hope I didn't give too much away, Nutcell.
That's the coelacanth. And it only comes out when it rains. Like, lazy and cranky villagers are my favorites. But I would never want a town just full of either. Or even like half and half. Like 2 villagers of the same personality type max. And preferably only 1 personality type that has 2. I'm trying to keep things varied. We don't have a whole lot of control over that in this one. Which is why we have a million snooty ones. Oh, this is terrible. Come on. Again, I must iterate or reiterate. The speed at which I am pressing that button would be fast enough to catch any fish in any other Animal Crossing game. It's insane. In the newer ones, you have AC carts to summon the villagers you want, right? I actually have a lot of those. I think that started in Wild World, if I'm not mistaken. Like, maybe City Folk had that, but I think it was Wild World. Or, sorry, New Leaf. Because those are amiibo cards. So, I don't know how expensive those are these days. A lot of people, you know, there's like full ROM dumps of those where you can just like download them and then in an emulator you can load them up, or you can even put them on like your own custom little NFC tag. There you are, Goldie. But when I bought them, they were at an all-time low because interest in Animal Crossing was really low. It was before New Horizons was announced, but it was long after New Leaf was in its heyday. So I actually got like a full fresh new pack of like the Sanrio cards. So I have like all of those. And I'm really glad that they were usable in New Horizons as well.
As for me, I'm just having a nice stroll to stay in shape, you know? Fitness is important. So what can I do for you, Twinkles?
What's going on?
I guess the sunny weather doesn't really matter to people who work at night. Shutter, you're making sure to get out and about every day, right, Twinkles? Good morning. Oh, whoops. I guess it's kind of late to be saying that, isn't it? You know, it's times like these that make me think the whole greeting thing is difficult, Kitty Cat. So you must have had some reason for coming to see me, right, Kitty Cat? I may have asked you this already, but your astrological sign is Aries, right, Kitty Cat? Yeah, you've asked me, like, several times. I only have a few of the villagers I like, even got in contact with a nice person from Japan since I bought one of the cards from him. That's cool. I think my stack of them is nearby. Where'd they go? Oh, they're all the way up there. I know I have Dobby. I bought Dobby because I wanted Dobby. I have Chief, I have Apollo. In areas where there is very little green, a feeling of despair overshadows all else. Go to acre D. It's D5 again. It's this. It's this right here. But I tried to plant a tree and it died. And I've been putting flowers here nonstop. I guess I can try to plant another tree. D5 does fucking suck. I will try to plant another tree. We'll try to plant one of these. Are they gonna call this thing a chase lounge? Is that what this is? Cream sofa. Don't really want that. It is tempting a little bit to sell even one of those stacks of turnips. Just for like a little bit of guaranteed profit on some of them, but I'm gonna hold out. All right, where's a safe place to drop a tree in D5? Here? If that thing dies, then so be it. But I will also plant these, just in case. Let's see. Teacher's desk, I don't need that. Sell everything down there. Yeah, D5's been giving me problems. We do need the pop-eyed goldfish. I think that can show up now, maybe? Maybe? No. No, I just missed it, actually. The large char can show up at waterfalls now. So there is that. Not like the easiest to access waterfall. We'll say that. Yo, are you in, bud?
Open up. What the hey? It's just you. If you don't mind terribly, don't come in here uninvited. I love men. Haven't you ever heard of a little something called privacy, I love men? Yeah, so what do you want? I love men? Care to chat? The spring sports fair is a real workout. It starts with tough aerobics, then they have foot races, a beanbag toss, and a tug of war. The darn thing takes all day. It's so exhausting. Likes men just like me, for real, for real. Just like he let me know when he discovered it, it's all my fault. We haven't seen Tad. Maybe he's inside. Nope. But he's around if I'm allowed in it. Oh, there you are. Dad. Sorry. Hey.
Boy, howdy, Shutter. You're looking like a picture of health, dude. Yeah, you look great. Huh? Not as great as I do. What an odd thing to say, dude. I guess that's cool. Hey, so what can I do for you, Shutter?
What's new?
Feng Shui? I don't know much about it. But I heard there's some stuff. Like, if you put something yellow on the western side of your room, it'll make you rich. There's more to it than that, but I can't really explain how it all works.
Blathers. Wake up! Check these out. Alright, let's see if you want any of these. Ooh. Couple. Check this out. Oh, heavens to Betsy, a shark tooth, my goodness, a most fearsome find. Splendid. Though it is merely a tooth, it has fossilized rather beautifully, has it not? Now then, sharks are quite unique in the animal kingdom. You see, their skeletons are made entirely of cartilage. Because cartilage decays rapidly, it is exceedingly rare to find a complete ancient shark fossil. Their teeth are their legacy. And what a legacy! A single shark shreds thousands of teeth. Rows of serrated terror gliding silently through the deep. Oh, mercy me, I am shuddering at my own descriptions. I must beg your pardon. So sorry. You have our deepest, most profound gratitude. And this. I think this is the only piece I'm missing. Ooh, I say a Triceratops. Well now, if I'm not mistaken, I do believe this means Triceratops is complete. Woo-wee. Did I just say hoo-wee? Ugh, how terribly embarrassing. I sound like some blithering idiot. Let's move on, shall we? Here now, where to begin? Triceratops, yes. A member of the... what's that word? Ornithischian? A member of the Ornithischian order, this great beast flourished in the late Cretaceous period. It was a huge three-horned plant eater and grew up to 30 feet in length. That's 9 meters. Truly remarkable. Triceratops is easily recognized by its distinctive trio of horns and, of course, its parrot-like beak. Oh, and one mustn't forget the solid neck frill which provided it with fortification against giant predators. Triceratops was quite formidable indeed. In fact, it was one of the very last dinosaurs to suffer extinction. Oh dear. Oh, good gracious, please forgive me. I tend to get a bit carried away. Dinosaurs, you know? You have our deepest, most profound gratitude. Let's go look at our completed Triceratops, though I am a little disappointed that he didn't just stick the tail onto the head and call it a day. Nice. Haven't found any of whatever this is. Need the head of... What is this? Stego? Stego head? Apato. The Apatosaurus. Alright. So not too many more fossils to find already. And this is another one. That should be the last one. We'll wrap it up with blathers. Sell off some inventory. Make sure we talk to everyone. And maybe a trip to the island. Triceratops skull. That's something we can sell. Also, where's the ball? I thought I saw it somewhere. Maybe I'm mistaken. This and this and this and this, and I don't want that. Not bad. Actually, I kind of want to take these with me. Maybe the pink roses too. Dang it. Well. Another trip to the museum. Let's repay some of that loan. Oh, wow. All of it.
Well, looks like you paid back all of your loan. Thank you very much. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No.
Oh, really? Come back anytime.
Yes! I've paid off all of my loan. I'm completely debt-free. You... Boop, 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 boop. Got any stuff? I'm debt-free, what a tenuous illusion. Yeah. Forgot how Tom did feel way more hostile about his whole deal in this one. Yeah, no, his reputation as like a capitalist landlord scum comes from this one. Like, it's true in varying degrees across the series, but this is the one where it is played most straightforwardly. he's still giving you a house that he is failing to rent for the cost of some bugs. But like, you know. Imagine paying your debts in 10 days. Honestly, I wish that were me. My student debt is supposed, like, ideally my student debt would have been mostly eliminated by now because I work in the public sector for a charity, and I only have like a couple years left on my, like, you know, if you work for 10 years, you're supposed to be able to like get that shit paid off by the government. But because I'm no longer under a qualifying plan, because the plans were struck down by the Trump regime, it was like, they're frozen. And so I'm still working at this place, but I'm not getting the benefit. So I have to wait for some, either this regime or the next one to come up with a plan that works. Ads should be starting here pretty soon. We'll take a solid little 3-minute break. Yeah, it looks like that those ads came in now. So I'm gonna step away for a little bit, grab a little drink. The return. The returner Yeah, so hopefully the 3-minute ad break thing every hour, but never having to deal with an ad as soon as you hop in is like, I don't know, some evil devil on my shoulder is like better for retention. But just like, you know, it's a better experience on your end. Yeah, Poob has it. You can see it on Poob. We talked to everyone. Miranda, Murphy, Blair, Kiki, Tad, Tutu, Vlad, Tangy, Goldie, Q. Yeah, you can see it on Tube. You can see it on Poob. You can oh, you wanted Breaking Bad season only the 4th season in your language. You can see that on Squonk. Oh, you're so happy.
The day's only half over. Let's enjoy it to the fullest, okay, kitty cat? So tell me, Shutter, what did you want, kitty cat?
Can I help you?
Let's see. No, sorry. Nothing much going on right now, kitty cat. Ask me later, okay?
I begged for a purpose, and she said, tee-hee. Notice it, notice it, notice it. Turn around, turn around, turn around, turn around, turn around. Notice it, notice it. It's literally right there. This is like the worst spot for a fish to show up. It's awful. Well, it feels a lot less like fish in this game have a cone of vision and more so just like a straight line in front of them. All of that worked for a sea bass. Literally not even worth selling. Though maybe it is at this point because I have 62 bells left. Oops. Okay, I was late on the draw there. That one is my fault. Oh my god, lining yourself up is so hard when they're further away. My dad was looking at the huge-ass list of Crave subscription plans, and paying to still get ads is so fucked up. I'm trying to even think about what Crave is. If you asked me what Crave was, I would have said it was like a granola bar. Before we go to Nook, let's do one more museum visit. Oh, that was a bad one. Identify this, please. It's streaming and they have 20 different subscription plans. Yeah, that's the other thing too, is they're trying as hard as possible to confuse you. It's not simple anymore either. Like, subscription services really have just, like, become TV again. Subscription services got popular because it wasn't TV anymore. I think there is a Crave bar, like, I'm pretty sure. Pendulum, yeah, yeah. At this point, I think most people know about the Gabe Newell quote about piracy being an issue of access. Yacht Boy is right. I very much appreciate you paying off your debt with such speed and good humor. Words fail me. Since you've paid it all off, I assume that means... How do I put this? You're feeling a little dissatisfied with your house and you're looking to get a bigger one, yes? No problem, not at all. It's no skin off my back if you don't like the house I built for you. Now, to solve this problem, our options are either to enlarge your room or add a basement. Which will it be? Let's add a basement. I see, excellent choice. A basement it is. You'll have to pay for it, of course, or else I'll fill it back up with dirt. Whoa, I kid. Just a little bit of kidding. Anyway, you can't see into a basement from the outside. It's great for stuff you don't have room for, but still don't want to get rid of, yes? I myself have a basement. They're quite fun, if I may say so. You'll see soon. Nice talking, bud. Yeah, he's got a little bit of a... He's got a vibe. Like, he runs a grocery store, but it feels like there's a little bit of implication that he might have some ties to you know, organized gentlemen of good repute. Wouldn't mind trying to scare away some of these fish just to try to get the waterfall one to show up. Losing control of my life. I think I'm gonna make a flan. I've never made a flan. I've had it. It's good. I can only ever think of the... You're fucked. I can only ever think of the Courage the Cowardly Dog episode about it, though. Fantasy flan. Ooh, I should try to do Courage fan art. I haven't done Courage fan art since like 2018 and it's not very good. Like last time I tried to do Courage fan art, I was kind of like happy with it for like one day and then it was like, ugh. And now I look at it now, I'm like, ugh. But now that I'm doing kind of like the 3D Cosmic Blob stuff, I think that'd be fun. I should try fan art of like cats again. Tomorrow is a big drawing day. Today is this. I would follow this up with another game if I didn't pick up a shift tonight. I would probably follow it up with like an indie game. I'm losing my indie cred because I'm only playing Animal Crossing and Skyrim. I've gotta I've gotta maintain my cred as someone who plays weird little indie games. I have a couple short ones lined up for some post Animal Crossing streams. It's just that I'm working so much this week. But tomorrow I want to spend it's probably going to be a pretty early Animal Crossing stream because like this time I get off work at 6 a.m. and then I come home. I'll probably just like shower, wait to dry off, and then do a morning stream. So it's going to be a morning one tomorrow. Because then I want to spend the rest of that day drawing. My waxed mustache score is withering. Be careful. I hate to tell you this, my waxed mustache score might be 0. What's this? That's a carp. That's not the fish I'm looking for. Get out of here. I wish I could grow facial hair. Like I can, but it doesn't come in very well. It's like some of it's dark and some of it's light, and then I have a couple spots on my face where it just will not grow, or at least it won't grow very fast. So it comes in patchy in multiple ways. It starts to look like really bad if I haven't shaved in 2 days. So I just do kind of like a quick buzz with the electric one. I don't like how it looks if I like completely shave it baby style. Pochito, yeah, it's kind of similar to how I also wish I've had like darker or thicker like body hair, because like, you know, I'm kind of like the hair on the top of my head is dirty blonde, but it used to be like bright blonde when I was younger, and that might also just be because I don't get as much sun when I was out, because it would get like really bright in the summer when I was out and about. I don't know how it works. I don't know how hair works, I guess. But as a result, my body hair is also very light. And it's like, well, if I'm gonna be fat, then I kind of wish do you have the hard to see blonde body? Yeah, a little bit. Like it kind of just depends. Like it's easier to see on my torso, but not as much on my like arms and legs and stuff. But it's like, if I was gonna be fat, then I want to be hairy. Well, I want to be a bear if I'm gonna be fat, but instead I'm like fat with hair that's hard to see. So now it's like, okay, well, if I'm gonna be fat with hair that's hard to see, I'd rather just not be fat then. Like to be clear, my first choice would be to get the hair so that I could be a bear. Like, I don't feel bad about it. It's just what I would change if I could type deal. Which I think most people have, like, something of that nature. You want the bear build. Yeah. And that's the other thing, too, is you don't want just one of the stats. Yeah. And that's the thing, too. I'm not fat in the way that, like, a lot of kind of, like, the more, like, when we think of bears, I'm not even fat in that way. Like, it's a little hard to describe, but, like, it's kind of like someone took, like a heavy set body and then put, like, twigs on it. Because I grew up beanpole thin, and so I have kind of, like, a thin person's proportions. But then it's also just like you were a thin person who got fat later type deal. Already fairly hairy, but I'm greedy and want more. Whatever, I'm not trying to catch these anyway. A rainbow trout. Now that's a trout of a different color. Hey, that's a new catch. I should check my encyclopedia. Is it now? Wasn't even actively looking for this. It's not even on the list. I must have thought that I had already found it. Well, that's very convenient for me because I don't have the list open in GIMP. I wouldn't be able to like cross it off in real time. Yeah, I think if given the option, if I were able to open the little character creator in real life, I'd just be like, give me the full sheepskin rug. Oh, is that it? It looks a little small. God, I freaked out. I don't think that was it anyway. It looked kind of small. Moderately hairy, but same campus lane. Shark, I want more. Yeah. That's the thing too, is like I'm really into bears, but most bears are also just into bears. Like I know there are bears that are into twinks, but also I'm not a twink. So like, you know. A little bit of a tricky situation there. Ah, fuck that one. Okay, let's give this to Blathers. And then we'll take a trip to the island. But also, I probably will be losing weight just because I'm eating a lot differently ever since the kidney stone. Like, last month. I really cut down the amount of soda I'm drinking. I'm like pounding a lot of water. That alone is gonna lose me a lot of weight. But also I'm like eating more salad. I'm not going out to eat as much. Because you can be fat and still fit and healthy. I was not fat and fit. I should probably get back into Ring Fit Adventure, actually. Because that was a really good experience until it made me do mini-games. The mini-games in that are so poorly thought out and they don't control very well. But the rest of that game is actually extremely good. I'm a hairy twink, it's so weird. That's what an otter is, isn't it? Or do you have to have like a specific kind of lean to be an otter? Not quite ottery though. I see. Okay, sell those, and then we'll make our way to the island, just so I have the space. Alright. We talk to you, actually?
Shredder, you really do talk too much, you know, Nutlet. Well, let's get right to the point. What can I do for you, Nutlet?
Can I help?
You always show up just when I'm thinking about you, Shredder. Will you really help me? In that case, can you please go to Tangy's house and get my comic book? Tangy borrows stuff, but then never returns it. Beware that scoundrel. So will you do this for me?
Yeah. Def a bit bear for bear, but I'm not really automatically gonna find someone hot for being a twink, basically. Yeah. I want to say that I'm into bigger guys, but I think as far as stuff like that is actually concerned, I think it's less about your build and more what you do with it. kind of situation. It's not about like one thing for me. It's more about like the whole put together thing you got going on. Draw a lot of fat guys, but it really is more the hair for me, probably. Yeah.
Tangy. Well, hello again. If it isn't an encore of Shredder, how super for me, Nutcell. Anyway, what's up, Nutcell?
I'm picking up.
The comic book? You want that old thing, Nutcell? You're so crazy. Well, too bad for you. I lent it to Goldie, so I don't have, like, the slightest clue where it is. Call me flaky all you want, but you still have to go see Goldie about getting it back, Nutcell.
These animals.
Good afternoon, kitty cat. So tell me, Shredder, what did you want, kitty cat?
You don't say woof anymore. I'm picking it up.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I feel really bad for making you return this for me. From now on, when I borrow something, I'll try to remember to return it myself, kitty cat. Well then, please do your best, kitty cat.
While I'm here. Need anything?
Hey, that reminds me. Didn't I give you a comic book to return to Blair, kitty cat? If you haven't delivered it yet, please get right on it, kitty cat.
Nowadays, I actually usually don't think of physical traits in isolation because in practice what matters to me is the whole picture. Yeah. There's some things I find really attractive that aren't just physical. Yeah. Like, that's kind of a given, I think, as far as, like, being mature goes. Wow, it has its own sprite.
Oh yeah, Shutter, it's gotten rather dark out, hasn't it, Nutlet? Yes, indeed. Let's get right to the point. What can I do for you?
Delivery?
Hope this furniture will be good enough, Nutlet. Well, I'm quite impressed at your performance. Perhaps I judged you too quickly. Thank you.
Wobbleina. Like, personally, I find, yeah, I never thought I'd say it, but I'm really grateful. Like, personally, I find being funny very attractive. If someone's funny, it's very attractive. Drop. Yep, that's Wobbleina. But yeah, just speaking on, like, the physical stuff, it's definitely more what you're doing with your whole thing than any one thing. Oh, from Red.
Red is ready to deal. When you see the bargains I've got, you'll want to have old Crazy Red committed. I'll be coming to town on March 12th at 6 p.m. Come one, come all. And you get it in for free.
March 12th, huh? So Thursday.
6 p.m.?
Motherfucker. I'm gonna try to commit to that. I don't know if I come into work early. I can look that up actually, real quick. Okay, so Thursday, what's gonna happen is I'm gonna try to be in playing Animal Crossing at 5. We'll start Animal Crossing at 5, get all of our usual stuff done within the hour. And then Red comes in and I talk to Red. We'll see what Red has for us. I'm gonna keep that on hand so I remember. So Thursday's gonna be a midday, kind of slightly into night stream. Being good at cooking is definitely a big one for me. Being good at cooking is one of the top human skills. I'd say so. I don't know if I'd call myself good at cooking, but I like doing it. I can follow a recipe correctly, usually. Part of being good at cooking is also access. It's having time and money to do such things. And there are definitely people who can do a lot with very little. But, like, it definitely helps. I definitely fuck around to find out a lot. Rice is really good for that. Rice is like a neutral enough food that you can just put like one spice on it and then you know what that spice does. So that's what I've been doing with rice lately. I appreciate men who can cook enough to survive and are good with a recipe or two. If you're listening to this right now and that doesn't sound like you, you're like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing in the kitchen. The best place to start Not even gonna lie. Sorry, I had to cough. Check out the channel You Suck at Cooking. On YouTube. It's a little bit funny, but specifically those recipes are super easy. And they require generally pretty few ingredients. And they're good. Everything on there is approached from a pretty minimal way. Yeah. So like the recipes themselves are good. You make them the way he says and it'll taste good. And then you can kind of go from there to figure out like the kind of adjustments you would want made. And like for what it's worth, he also has a cookbook. But the YouTube videos are a really solid start. A lot of those foods are vegetarian as well. Not all of them, but for a while it seemed like he was on a vegetarian recipe kick. So like if you're also a person who's like, I don't know what to do with vegetables, because that's a skill too. Like cooking vegetables to make them not taste bad is a skill. And if you grew up with a family that doesn't know how to do that, then you probably don't either, and you think you don't like vegetables. But like that guy will teach you how to cook vegetables in a way that you like. I had the place to myself last month. I was having a great time just having chicken breast I cooked from frozen to have with whatever. Yeah, I've been meal prepping a lot of chicken. Chicken is the big thing for me right now. I've also been meal prepping a lot of salads. I'll make a big bowl of salad ahead of time, so I only have to like clean stuff once. And then when I want a salad, I just grab the stuff from the bowl, and then I put the crunchy toppings on, and then the sauce or dressing or whatever. I have to cut up my other romaine heart by like tomorrow, I think, though. Learning to appreciate salad is another thing that's kind of like a skill. I forgot that I was going to the island. It's okay. We're getting lost in the world a little bit. It's fine. I'm still pretty picky about what I have in my salad, but I think that's okay. It's better to be picky and eat it than to just not eat it at all. The current salad in my bowl is romaine hearts, spinach, and Napa cabbage. And that's all cut up in there. And then I've got shredded carrots and mushroom. And then when I grab that stuff out of the bowl, I'll add a shredded cheese, just a little bit. I've got, what's it called? The crunchy Asian noodle. I don't remember what it's called at the moment. I've got that. I've got onion. I've got not raw onion. I don't like raw onion much. Like the little onion crispy things. I've got croutons, and I've got 3 different dressings that I like generally. Italian, poppy seed, and ginger sesame. On the topic of guy things, one of my biggest turnoffs is people being overly concerned with how people perceive you. Fragile ego, narcissistic trait style. I do have to admit, I think that's probably one of my, like, my things personally that I do a little bit. My concern with how I'm perceived, however, is I think that stems from not wanting to be misunderstood. Because kind of like one of my autism things is I really hate when I'm not misunderstood necessarily, but like more specifically I guess misunderstood, but when I try to get an idea or a concept or across, or I say something and then it is not like interpreted the way I intended. And so I think that bleeds into a little bit on how I would prefer to be, you know, I'm trying to put across a certain like sense of self and then, you know, it's not being registered, I suppose. But are you concerned with your idea or your reputation as an object? Am I concerned about my reputation as an object? Ah, fuck. As in the object of your reputation. Maybe a little bit. Like, frankly, maybe a little bit. I don't know. I guess I'm having a hard time parsing the phrase, the object of your reputation. Always a little bit paranoid about people being parasocial. That's fair, and I think that's also a little bit different, maybe. Avoiding parasocial circumstances is important nowadays. Yeah. Except for all of you. All of you are absolutely my bestest friends, and you can show up to my house uninvited anytime, and I'll make you a spare key. We can swap blood transfusions for fun, and we can get surgeries to slowly look closer and closer to each other until we are both at the halfway point, and we both look the same, but we are both changed. Like Genesis Porridge did. Bogendorf style, exactly. But I don't know. I'm in kind of a, I don't know. I'm in a little bit of a weird phase in my life, a little bit, and maybe that's why I feel like, yes, perhaps I do actually perceive my reputation as a thing to worry about, or to hone a little bit. And I say that I'm in a weird point in my life, and I think I've expressed it this way before. But I've been an artist on the internet for a long time. And while I haven't always been very serious about honing my art or my presence online, I have always kind of failed to build an audience of any kind for a long time, like longer than most artists who have been around as long. Now, in fairness, I look back on my art from even like 4 years ago sometimes, and I'm like, ugh. So maybe I wasn't trying hard enough to, like, you know, develop. But things have kind of been changing for me recently, where, you know, I'm starting to actually, you know, have an audience and things of that nature. People want to keep up with what I do, and I think there's a distinction between taking care of your reputation because of pragmatism versus being deathly viscerally afraid of being perceived in any way but the most ideal. Yeah. Like, the best I can hope for is that people, you know, they see me and the things I do and say and kind of just, like, you know, hopefully for anyone, we read things generously, maybe. Because the internet has made it very easy and kind of incentivizes us to take kind of, I don't want to say bad faith interpretations, but like to not give people some benefit of the doubt, I guess. But like, I don't know, maybe I'm a little protective of it now just because like I do finally have people who, you know, and like there's some OGs, there's some people who've been around forever, and I will always be grateful for my friends and folks who have been interested in my stuff for a while. Why did you grab that off the table? That's not what I told you to do. But it's also like, I think I've described it before as having lived my life with my hands on the computer monitor, and then suddenly I fell in. type beat. Living my life as an isekai at the moment. Is it? Is this it? Nope, that's not it. And so part of me, I think, kind of wants to be protective of the way I'm perceived, because I feel like I am being perceived now, as opposed to like for a long time I felt like I wasn't. And now looking at my work, like even from like a year ago, or like stuff I've been doing recently, it kind of, I'm happy enough with it and I'm proud enough with it, and I've developed enough of like a critical eye to be like, yeah, I do kind of deserve some amount of, like, you know, What you're describing sounds to me like artistic pragmatism and survival. Maybe, but I'm also, you know, I'm also kind of conscious of that what I am doing is for funsies, like 95% of the time. I'm a for funsies artist. I'm doing it for funsies. But there's also only so much for funsies you can do before you start to wonder why the things you post that you feel are as good as some other artists are not getting the attention of other artists. And it's like, the internet has made it very, very difficult to not care. and I think genuinely there's only so much time you can spend not caring before you do start to wonder what you're doing wrong. Because, like, to put some solid numbers on it, I spent, like, once I started trying to actually develop some craft, I spent probably somewhere between 8 or 10 years posting art, and then it would get 10 interactions if I was lucky. For 10 years. So it's like, and then every once in a while a thing would blow up, like pretty rarely, and it would get like thousands. And it's like, it's not a numbers game, and it's unhealthy to be super concerned about your numbers, and you really shouldn't be. But 10 years of it will make you wonder what's happening, kind of deal. And I think that's kind of just natural. And so to have finally kind of like, every once in a while I still post something and it'll be like a 10-note thing, but it's not as common now. I'm very, very happy with the attention some of my more recent art gets. And I'm sure it's very easy to fall into the trap of always feeling like it's inadequate. But thankfully, I don't feel that way at the moment. I feel pretty adequately like I have a good support system and friends who like my stuff and people who like my stuff. Yeah, I think now that I've just been posting doodles and not giving a shit about everything being complete art has been nicer for me. I think I'm at least finding people into it that are actually seeing it. Yeah. I think it's pretty natural in general that artists will always have some, not everyone obviously, but artists in general care a lot about how they're perceived. Or at least some of us do. Because a big part of art is the art being perceived. Ahoy there, matey. Do you care to ride me boat to the island? Alright then, board me dinghy and we'll be off. Not art, but I read a skeet about someone who didn't want to post smaller, more experimental story because of the lack of exposure, which I think is a little sad. Now that sounds like survival pragmatism in survival. That's like when the need to survive and be seen as part of that survival starts to impact your work, it's a sacrifice. I can't even blame them for it. I just hope that they find the time to be able to explore that on their own time, if they have the energy. And for what it's worth, that's, I think, you know, regardless of the kind of art. No, I don't have a girlfriend, Captain. But yeah, I think it's similar with other forms of art as well, because it's, I don't know, maybe, I don't know, I don't feel as strongly this way about like my music. I feel actually very differently about music than I do my art. I have very different approaches and thoughts and opinions on stuff like that. The thing I feel a lot about my art is I feel like no matter what I draw, I have at least one friend who's going to get horny at the side of it, and that's beautiful. God having to worry about maintaining an audience. That's part of why I want to keep doing it for funsies. Like, I don't know if I could ever be professionally dependent on any kind of art that I do. It just seemed like, I don't want to say it seems miserable. For some people, it's the life. You know, some people were like, well, this is my dream and I'm doing it. I need my art to be for funsies or I'd burn out instantly. Yeah. But also sometimes, and it's like I love my real job, don't get me wrong. But sometimes I'm at my real job and I'll be like, I wish I could draw for a job. I'm passionate for creating things. Having an audience was a pleasant surprise. Yeah. Like, for all it's worth, if there was no audience to even be had, I would still be making things. There's, like, some deep, primal part of me that will just fucking explode if I don't. Like, I have an intrinsic need to create. And a lot of times that's what I use my music as an outlet for, is when I have, like, an intrinsic need to create. Harsh noise and harsh noise wall and dark ambient and drone are really, really great genres for that. Uh-oh. So I just got an interesting message here. FIFO is overflowed by gather pipe. CPU thread is too fast. Ignore and continue? Yes, please ignore. We're still good. Hopefully that's not important. But maybe we shouldn't shake any more coconuts off. Save now? Maybe. Yeah. Let me catch this fish. Or scare it away on accident. Okay, there we go. Alright, Captain. No, I don't have a Game Boy. Well, I think that's just about fine anyway. We don't really have much else to do. I was gonna maybe try to find, like, that fish or maybe some butterflies, but it might be a little late for that. But yeah, I don't think I need, like, the best possible interpretations, or, like, for the I don't need to be, like, perfectly curated in people's nice kid like yourself, you ought to be fighting with the lady. Jeez. Yeah, they really is like your weird uncle at the family gathering. But I would also prefer not to be misconstrued, you know. So I don't know, a lot of things I post, or like a lot of things I write, I like agonize about the wording so that I am not misunderstood. And I think that's like an autism thing. Land ho, Mossfern, Shutter. Don't that put a twinkle in your eye and a burp in your belly? Laddie, I gots to say, I like the cut of your jib. You're looking more like a man and less like a seasick clam. This tree's gotta go. That's the first one to get cut down. Hey, got some stuff to sell. Ads are apparently starting in like 56 seconds. But frankly, I'm just gonna like... I'm gonna go save. And that'll probably be it for the day. I mean, it was a pretty good session. I got like storage. Finally, this thing updated. We got our turnip price for the day figured out. We're gonna try to ride that. We caught a new fish. Gave it to Blathers. It's pretty good. Oops. And yeah. Hope everyone has a good rest of their night. I'm probably gonna leave y'all scattered to the wind today. Thanks for hopping in. Tomorrow's gonna be an earlier one, and then Thursday is later. Catch you later.